Nigam, and today I am going to give you the explanation of reported speech. And before I start the reported speech, first of all, let me tell you that we are going to discuss these four kind of sentences here. One is declarative sentence, which has two parts, affirmative and negative. You can call affirmative, you can call assertive, you can call positive, all that can be said. And then negative. The second is interrogative, then imperative, and then exclamatory. So today we are going to highlight the declarative sentences only. Okay. Now see how we change the direct speech to indirect, or direct narration to indirect narration. Here I have given one example, that is Ram said, I am busy now. Here you see Ram is actually the speaker, and this said is actually the reporting verb, and this I am busy now is actually reported speech. So you have to just focus on these 2 points. One, the reporting verb, and the other, the reported speech. If you see there is comma and the inverted comma, that means the sentence is bifurcated. So we have to combine the sentence. And when we combine the sentence, as you know, we need a connector. So what is the connector that we are going to use for the declarative sentences? It is going to be that, THAT, point number 1. So the connector, it is that reporting verb that you have to understand. And what is actually, why am I highlighting the reporting verb, that I'll discuss later on. And then comes the main part or the main point, you can say, that the changes that we make. First you see I am busy now. So there you see I is here pronoun, am is here verb, and now is here, that will change into distance. Nearness will change into distance. So 3 changes are there we are going to do. First of all, let me clarify the change of tenses, how we change the tenses. So the simple funda I am going to give you. If you see the present tense, there are 4 parts. Simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Got it? So these 4 will change into past. I mean, simple present will change into simple past. It is written here. Present continuous will change into past continuous. It is written here. Present perfect will change into past perfect. It is given here. And present perfect continuous will change into past perfect continuous. So that we have to remember, that you have to understand the change of tenses. It's very important, because if you don't know what is the tense and how it can be changed and how it changes, you cannot solve this reported speech wala questions. Now come to the next part, that is simple past. Past tenses. So again you see past tenses, there are 4 kinds: simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So now take a simple trick for learning that. Simple past changes into past perfect, and past continuous changes into past perfect continuous. Simple past, the first tense, changes into past perfect, that is third tense, and past continuous changes into past perfect, means the second goes to 4. Okay, if you don't remember, this second goes to 4 and the first goes to third. So simple trick you remember, simple past changes into past perfect, past continuous changes into past perfect continuous. Now come to the third part. Shall changes into should, will changes into would, can changes into could, and may changes into might. One more is there, that is must, and it changes into had. Other models are not applied here, or they are not used here. We are taking only 5 models. One is shall, which will change into should. Other is will, that will change into would. Next is can, that will change into could. And the next one is may, it is changing into might, and must changes into had. So this is one part that you have to remember. So please just, if you want to take the screenshot, you can have it, or you can just note it down somewhere. Now we come to the next point that we have to understand. Nearness to distance. How we change the near. Just now you see there it is now. So now will change into then. Okay. But there are certain words which we are going to change. Now you see it is here this. It will change into that. Here it will change into there. Now it will change into then. Ago it will change into before. Today it will change into that day. Yesterday, the previous day. Tomorrow, the next day. Last night, the previous night. And the day after tomorrow will change into in 2 days time. So my dear children, these are the 2 basic points. As far as the reported speech changes are concerned, so we make three changes. One is tense, one is pronoun, and one is nearness to distance. So you have to understand the rule for that. So tense we have discussed here. Pronoun as per the speaker and to whom it is spoken. Okay, so the cases we have to understand. The subject is used or the object or other cases are used, that we'll discuss later on. And then comes the nearness to distance. So this wala part or this part you have to understand. This, that, here, there, now, then, ago, before, today, that day, yesterday, the previous day, tomorrow, the next day, last night, the previous night, and the day after tomorrow will change into in 2 days time. So I hope that you have understood the two basic changes that we do or that we are going to do. Now let me take this sentence and we'll change this sentence into it is, as it is written in the direct speech or direct narration, we'll change it into indirect narration by applying all those rules which we have discussed now. Check this. Ram said, I am busy now. Now we'll write again here. Ram said, okay. Now as you know, one part is this, the other part is that and that, and we are going to use the connector. So it is here that Ram said that. I is for Ram and Ram is a boy. So it will be that he, is MR will change into was and were. Yes. So he was busy. Now will change into then. Clear? There you see I, that was pronoun, it has changed into he. Am, which was a verb, it has changed into was, and now that is changed into then. Let me take one more example. Ravi said, I can drive car. Ravi said, I can drive car. There you see again, Ravi is a speaker, said is here report. Yeah, one more thing. Said can be changed into told, but it is not mandatory when it is when object is mentioned there. Ram said to me. If it is Ram said to me, then you have to write Ram told me. But if it is written only Ram said, then just you can write said. It is not a big issue. So Ram said, I can drive a car. Now there you see the model is used, can. Pronoun is there and there is no other word, that nearness to distance wala part is not there. So don't worry. Now there you see the change. Ravi said that, the connective. Who is I? That is Ravi, a boy. So that he can, that is mortal, the verb, it is going to change into could. That he could drive car. Correct? One more example. Rita said, I must work hard. Got it? Rita said, I must work hard. As if you remember the previous chart which I said, there it was must changes into had to. So now you see, Rita said that, connective. Up to here it is clear now. I is for Rita, so it will be she. Must changes into had to. She had to work hard. So I hope, dear children, that you have understood the basic point of declarative sentences. When we change the direct speech or direct narration to indirect narration, we have to follow certain rules, certain steps. First of all, that reporting verb we have to note down, and now I'm going to discuss with you the reporting verb. Why is it important? Then the reported speech, there are three changes which we have to keep in our memory, which we have to keep in our mind. First change is of pronoun according to the speaker and to whom it is spoken. Then the second is verb, that you can say tense, and the third is nearness to distance. Now let me give you one more example of the next rule. There are three rules actually. The first rule we have already discussed. This is the second rule. And I was mentioning that we have to be very careful about the reporting verb. Reporting verb and reported speech. Okay. The point or the statement written inside the inverted comma, that is reported speech, and the part written outside, that is reporting verb, and this person is speaker. So now my point is, if the reporting verb is in present, you see there it is says. Earlier what we saw, it was said, but here it is says, that means simple present. And Zoya will say, that there you see it is future indefinite, yeah, simple future. Ram says, I will go to market tomorrow. Now my point is, whenever you find the reporting verb in simple present or in a present tense or in future tense, remember children that we don't change the verb of the reported speech. In reported speech, we make three changes. One is of tense, one is of pronoun, and one is of nearness to distance. Nearness to distance, that is okay. But when this condition applies, when the reporting verb is in present or is in future, we don't change the tense. We change only the pronoun and we change only the nearness to distance. So now you see how the sentence will be written. Ram says, let me write the sentence here. Ram says, connective, that is that. I, yes, of course, pronoun will change. So the I is for Ram, so it will be that he will remain the same. In other cases, what it would have been? Will could have been changes into would, but no, it is here will. Why? Because the reporting verb is in present. Now this is the point that you have to understand. Whenever the reporting verb is in present or future, we don't change the verb. Okay, so Ram says that he will go to market tomorrow. Will change into the next day. Yes, you are right, the next day. Full stop. Now see the second sentence. Zoya will say, I can speak English. Now take example of that. Zoya will say, this is future indefinite or simple future. Reporting verb is in simple future, means we will not change the verb. Zoya will say, I, that is for Zoya, so it is Zoya will say that she can speak English. Got it? That's it. Now comes the third rule. When you find the universal truth or universal fact, what do we do? The teacher said, honesty is the best policy. The teacher said, honesty is the best policy. So see, honesty is the best policy, that is universal truth. The second sentence is, Rohan said, the stars twinkle in the night. Okay. Rohan said, the stars twinkle in the night. Remember, dear children, whenever such type of sentences are there, you need not to worry. What you do, just put the connective. Simple funda is there. You simply put the connective. The teacher said, yes, it will be there. The teacher said, oh sorry, I should not do that. The teacher said that honesty is the best policy. Done. No need to change anything. We just copy the whole statement as it is after putting the connective. Now see the second example. Rohan said the stars twinkle in the night. So it will be, Rohan said that the stars twinkle in the night. So my dear children, in this way we have covered up the declarative sentences, the complete explanation. First of all, we have to understand, while we are solving the question in your examination, you will get either this type of sentences or the conversation between two people. That is all in the direct narration. Okay, and you have to change that into indirect. Okay, so how we do that? The 3-4 rules we have already discussed, and the next video that I am going to give you of interrogative sentences, how we do the reported speech questions when it is of interrogative. Hope you would have understood. Hope you would have liked it. Thank you and God bless.